They said the ancients used lasers, that soft copper could never cut hard granite, but the truth is sharper than metal. They weaponized sand. What looks impossible was simply brilliant. This is the core of the mystery. The Great Pyramid of Giza contains over 2 million stone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. But the real puzzle isn't the limestone that makes up the bulk of the pyramid. It's this: granite and diorite, igneous rocks with a Mohs hardness of 7, making them some of the toughest materials on Earth. The ancient Egyptians used these incredibly hard stones for the most important elements of their monuments: sarcophagi, statues, and the inner chambers of the pyramids. But their strongest metal, the peak of their metallurgical technology, was copper, with a soft Mohs hardness of just 3.5. How do you cut, shape, and polish a material that is literally twice as hard as your best tool? This apparent paradox is the smoking gun that fuels theories of lost high technology, advanced ancient civilizations, or even extraterrestrial intervention. It seems, on the surface, utterly impossible. Proponents of these theories, like engineer and author Christopher Dunn, point to what they consider undeniable proof. Among the most compelling pieces of evidence are these: the Petri drill core, discovered by the pioneering archaeologist Sir Flinders Petrie in the late 19th century. These cylindrical cores of diorite and granite were left behind by ancient craftsmen. What makes them so controversial are the perfect, uniform spiral grooves that wrap around their surface. Dunn analyzed these grooves and claimed they were cut at a feed rate, the speed at which the drill penetrates the stone, that is hundreds of times faster than modern diamond-tipped drills. To him, and to many others, this is irrefutable evidence of high-speed ultrasonic machinery, a technology far beyond what we believe the ancient Egyptians possessed. It's a compelling argument that seems to defy any conventional explanation. But what if the explanation isn't conventional? What if it's just clever? The Egyptians didn't need lasers or ultrasonic drills. They had an expert understanding of material science. And here is the reversal, the simple truth that solves the entire paradox. The copper tool didn't do the cutting. The sand did. Experimental archaeologist Denny Stocks dedicated his life to proving this elegantly simple solution. He meticulously recreated the ancient techniques, demonstrating that by using a simple copper tube, drill rotated back and forth with a bow, and by continuously feeding wet quartz sand into the groove, he could cut through solid granite with remarkable efficiency. Quartz sand, readily available in the Egyptian desert, also has a Mohs hardness of 7, the same as granite. The soft copper tube was just the guide, the delivery mechanism. The hard quartz sand, trapped between the tube and the granite, was the true cutting agent. The secret weapon wasn't lost technology, it was weaponized sand. This simple, brilliant technique also perfectly explains the so-called impossible spiral grooves on the Petri core. The rapid feed rates that Christopher Dunn calculated. He fundamentally misinterpreted the evidence. Dunn assumed the spirals represented the feed rate in a single rotation of the drill, which would indeed be impossibly fast. However, Stocks's experiments revealed the truth. The grooves are not the result of a single powerful pass. Instead, they are a natural, cumulative result of the abrasive process itself. As the drill rotates, the hard quartz grains get temporarily caught between the soft copper and the hard granite. As the soft copper tube inevitably tapers and wears down from the friction, it drags these embedded grains, creating a consistent spiral pattern over hundreds or thousands of rotations. It isn't a sign of super technology, it's a beautiful, logical fingerprint of a patient human-powered process. But drilling holes is one thing. How did they quarry and move the massive blocks in the first place? For that, we turn to the Unfinished Obelisk in Aswan here. Lying in its quarry bed is a 1,200-ton behemoth, abandoned after a crack appeared during its creation. This monument is a frozen snapshot of their methods. It shows they didn't cut the obelisk out, they pounded it out. Around the obelisk you can see scooped-out channels, wide enough for a person to work in. Archaeologists have found thousands of heavy grapefruit-sized balls of dolerite scattered throughout the quarry. Dolerite is an igneous rock even tougher than granite. Granite is hard, but it's also brittle. Dolerite is tough, it resists shattering from repeated impacts. Thousands of workers armed with these dolerite pounders would systematically bash the granite, turning it to powder inch by inch, hour by hour, day after day. It wasn't magic. It was a masterful combination of brute force, incredible precision, and a deep understanding of geology. It was a triumph of logistics and materials science. And this brings us to the human resonance of the story, the real reason why this mystery endures. We want to believe in lasers and aliens because, in a way, it's easier than facing the monumental truth. The truth is that human beings, our ancestors 4,500 years ago, with simple copper saws, wet sand, dolerite balls, and an almost unimaginable level of patience and collective will, achieved things that we, with all our modern technology, would find nearly impossible. Their society was organized in such a way that it could dedicate generations to a single project. The real lost technology wasn't a death ray or a sonic drill. It was their ingenuity, their shared purpose, and their unwavering will. They didn't defy the laws of physics. They just understood them, perhaps more practically and intimately than we give them credit for. The past is not primitive. We just stopped looking closely enough at the clues they left behind for us to find. History is a science we had to learn twice. If you found this journey into the past as fascinating as I did, please consider liking this video, leaving a comment with your thoughts, and subscribing for more explorations into our incredible origins. Thank you for watching.